Welcome to my YouTube channel, Gold Custom Diecast, dedicated to customizing 1/64 scale model cars. And this is my logo that you will see in all my videos. In today's video, we compare two Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR Libertywalk, a mainline from Hotwheels and a more expensive version from the Mini-Gt manufacturer. First of all, I will briefly show you this diorama made by me. It is still under construction and a lot of details are missing. Let's immediately turn on the street lamps to create more atmosphere in this Gold Custom Diecast showcase. Here is the first model, made like the classic cars of the Hot Wheels mainline. It comes in its classic blister in a smaller format since we are in Europe. Color with a white badge on the top left since it is a 2024 car made in collaboration with Libertywalk, which has the logo visible on the top left. Taking it out, we immediately see how every mainline car is cheaper to the touch, but we'll get to the details later in the video. A model that can be found everywhere for about €2 or $2. Let's now move on to the Skyline Libertywalk from Mini-Gt. As you can see, starting from the composition of the package containing our model car, the attention to graphics is absolutely much more studied. With this, I don't want to say that Hot Wheels isn't graphically beautiful. On the contrary, it is iconic. Turning the box, we find the various logos, including that of the Japanese company Nissan. Here, taking the car out, we see how much Mini-Gt cares about the packaging with this protective plastic that outlines the silhouette of the car. I'm honest, as soon as you touch it with your hand, you can feel the difference quite a bit, even though I'm aware that this isn't the best in terms of quality in the 1/64th diecast world. Now I've parked them next to each other, inside the diorama parking lot that I built, so as to show you the slight difference that there is also in the dimensions of the two models. I admit that I did not expect it. I thought that Hot Wheels was slightly smaller. Instead, it turned out to be a couple of millimeters larger, but later we will see better in which points. Let's start the comparison. The difference that is most noticeable concerns the optical group of the headlights, where in Hot Wheels the decal is detailed, while in the rival we are talking about transparent plastic headlights, which seen up close I assure you that they have a completely different effect. Not to mention the part of the radiator, even if it is black or very similar in both cases, you can feel the difference. But let's now move on to the side and the lateral part of the cars. Here we notice, in addition to the livery in this case different, that can lead us to prefer the more colorful one. I must say that this pastel gray with the detail of the writing Libertywalk is very appropriate. The only thing I don't understand, and maybe someone of you can help me, is the reason why the white circle was inserted in the door without a number, as usually seen on racing cars. From this side view then, as regards the Mini-Gt, I really love the graphics presented. In my opinion, it is one of the most beautiful ever. The graphic details are absurd, and the choice of the colors blue, fuchsia, and yellow are spectacular. Speaking of the fenders, in both there are small holes that represent the addition of the wide body kit, and honestly, on this aspect, I don't see much difference except for the contrasting color that we see in the more expensive version. Continuing analyzing the wheels, I found them really small compared to any model purchased previously, to then understand that they are not that much, and the widened kit is confusing. I was thinking of replacing the wheels to give it a more aggressive look, but I think I will wait to give it a powerful customization on this $2. Moving on to the rear, here you can really notice the gap between the two. The gray version has nothing, not even decals on the headlights, and the exhaust pipe in the same color as the body. On the other hand, the plastic headlight is something I love in these very small models. Do you remember that I mentioned the difference in size of the two cars before? Here with this view from above, you can clearly perceive the several millimeters of difference present on the roof, not to mention the windshield, both front and rear, much larger and more realistic on Mini-Gt. In general, I find the sun visor strip with the sponsors present on the second one very interesting and almost never found in the main line of Hot Wheels. So this is a good request to make to Mattel. With this, I hope I have clarified your doubts about what the differences are between two identical Nissan models, one expensive and one cheap. I invite you to stay in touch so as not to miss the custom of the basic one.